Okay, so this is for my algebra students. I hope that you guys did good on your test. You should have already taken your test yesterday. So this is your last, worksheet for this week. So you're going to be solving inequalities with variables on both sides. And again, this is exactly like solving equations, except that when you divide by a negative number or multiply by a negative number, you flip the symbol, right? So remember, solve just like equations, except flip symbol when multiplying or dividing by a negative number. Okay, so remember that you got to flip the symbol and you multiply or divide by a negative number. Okay, so let's look at number 1. We're going to put a line down the middle, and we can't solve this until both sides are completely simplified and then the x's are combined on one side. This is completely simplified. I don't have to do any distributing or combining like terms on that side. Same thing on this side. So it's ready for me to combine my x's. So either I need to subtract the 5x and bring it to this side, or I need to subtract the 6x and bring it to this side. So I'm just going to decide that I'm going to subtract the 5x from both sides. And that's going to give me 6 plus 1x is greater than 1. And here it's just, I'm going to solve it just like I would a two-step equation. So I got my 6 and my 1 that are keeping this from being by itself. So I'm going to first subtract my 6 from both sides using inverse operations. I'm going to bring down what I didn't do anything to, so that would be the 1x on this side. 1 minus 6, I can't combine those two because they're both numbers, so 1 minus 6 would be negative 5. And then you really don't have to, but you could divide both sides by 1. Really, it's just going to give you the same thing, right? So we're just going to be x is greater than negative 5. I didn't flip the symbol, right, because I didn't divide by a negative number. I just divided by a positive number, so the inequality symbol stayed the same. Okay, so let's do another one. Let's see. Let's try to do one where we're going to have a negative. Okay, so let's try number 6. Let's go to number 6. So I am going to put a line down the middle. This side is completely simplified, so is this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and combine my variables across the across the inequality sign. To do that, I have to use inverse operations. It doesn't matter which one I choose, but I'm going to choose this time to do the 4b. So I'm going to subtract 4b from both sides. I'm going to cancel that on this side, do the math here. 4 comes down, I didn't do anything to that. These b's combine to give me negative 2b, and then I got a negative 6 on this side. I'm going to solve this like I would in an equation. I'm going to mess with the subtracting number first by using inverse operations to subtract it from both sides, and then bring down the negative 2b and rewrite and do math to give me negative 10 on this side. And then from there, I'm going to have to divide the negative 2 to get that out of the way so that b can be by itself, right? So the opposite of multiplying is to divide. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 2. Notice I'm dividing by a negative number. Okay, so that means I'm going to flip the symbol. Okay, so that's going to end up being b is greater than or equal to positive 5. Okay, let's go to this is the last one I'm going to do. I'm going to do number 9 with you. So put a line down the center. If you notice, this side is not completely simplified yet, so we need to do that first. Before we can move the variables across the equal sign, combine them across the equal sign, we've got to make sure that each side individually is simplified. So let's combine the 2a and the 3a. that can be combined to be 5a minus 2. And this is just fine over here how it is. And now I got to combine my variables across the inequality sign. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to subtract 4a from both sides. And that will make 4 greater than or equal to a, or you could put 1a if you wanted to, but it's just the same as just putting a, so a minus 2. And then from here, if I want to get a by itself, the only thing I have to do is to use inverse operations to move this 2 across. This will cancel on this side, I'll get a, and then this is just going to be a is less than or equal to 6. I didn't even divide or multiply, so there was no chance that I had to flip the symbol at all anyways. So a is less than or equal to 6 for this one. Okay, so you've had some examples. Maybe you can get in groups if Ms. Pestle will allow that. And that's it. And I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.